the Lord is in this place. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place.
As we get relaxed for this guided meditation, let's think about how we are all interconnected to the nature of existence. Take a few deep breaths and release the tension from your body. Breathe in the beautiful, forgiving energy around you. And breathe out all the tension that you no longer need to carry. Gently close your eyes and focus on your breath. Place yourself as an observer and notice the air as it fills your nostrils. Choose a spot on your nostrils that you can feel the sensation of air flowing in and out for just a few moments. Now let's reflect on how we are dependent and interconnected to others in our lives, starting with our mother's womb and how the umbilical cord nurtures you to life. As you come out of your mother's womb, we need the support of family or community to exist. This connection gives you support in many different ways. As we grow, our network and connections grow to people in our community, our country, and beyond. This connection gives you support spiritually and emotionally. Let's take a few more moments to acknowledge and appreciate the roles others play and have played in our lives, bringing appreciation and gratitude. Now let's expand this feeling of appreciation, reflecting on how ultimately we are interconnected to everything in nature and the elements around us. We are part of a whole. We are interconnected to everything else, and there is a cosmic balance and harmony governing the universe. Take a few more quiet moments to immerse yourself in the feeling of gratitude and communion. As we come upon Memorial Day, let's take a few moments to extend our gratitude to the men and women who gave their lives in service for our country. As this meditation comes to a close, open your eyes and smile.
Thank you. So peaceful, so beautiful. I believe, John, you're the only vet in here, the only veteran. Is there anybody else who is besides John? Thank you, John. Thank you for your service. We appreciate you. Thank you. Oh, so we know that this is a time to remember and to send love to all who could not stay, a time for healing, and a time to remember and to be grateful. This is the real meaning of Memorial Day. So this week we celebrate heroes, the men and women of the armed forces who have given their lives for us. And I wonder, as we prepare for summer and barbecues and bringing out our lawn furniture and buying our new plants, if we remember how we've been touched by someone in your circle, in your family of friends, from the devastation of war. I remember years and years and years ago working as a hairdresser and getting a phone call telling me that my sister-in-law's 18-year-old husband was just killed in Vietnam with one baby and one baby on the way. And you know, you think back to that time and you think, what a total waste of a beautiful life. So as we go through this weekend, when things of anger or disgust, or what did I hear today that actually made me laugh? Stupid on steroids. That's my new thing, stupid on steroids. You know, and we think of that. So I ask you today, again, in this moment, to silently say thank you. Thank you to the families you know. Thank you to the families you don't know. And despite what we may be thinking right now about our world, I still choose to live right here in the United States of America, and proud to be that. And as I was thinking about this earlier in the week, I was thinking about how resilient we are as a country, regardless. And I wondered, what is the secret, or what is the key that can hold us, to keep us pushing forward no matter what? You know, looking for the goodness. Maybe the call to civility, I think we've lost a little of that. The call to new and improved integrity. And of course, kindness, empathy, compassion. And I was thinking, you know how we think about the miniature acorn and very deep within each of us, what if that little itty bitty tiny acorn is embedded within us, holding the secret then, the secret of who we are and your potential and your future and the greatness of the magnificence of who you are. And this acorn, being a miniature, would have to be as small as the tip of a straight pin. Think about the tip of a straight pin and all the potential that's within that. That could be mind-blowing, right? How could that be possible, you say? But some of us live to discover the greatness of who we are. And many, in the throes of that greatness, then have given their lives up for us so that we can sit here free to choose this church as our place of, for lack of a better word, worship. So we can all have this freedom of this full potential in our lives. And you may sit around with your families and talk about that one kid, that one brother, that one sister, the one, and think, they've wasted their life. And you're wasting your life adding about the waste of their life, because no life is a waste. Each one is on a path. And all we can do as family and as citizens is stand up and support those around us that need a helping hand. And so today, celebrating Memorial Day, we celebrate the fallen heroes, definitely. And sure, it's a time to kick off summer, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with that, nothing, right? But I'd like to believe that in some point, in the haste for the fun, a weekend getaway, we remember why we live in this country and get back to our roots of who and what we are. Our country, with all its warts, we're able to have that freedom that we have right now. And Abraham Lincoln pondered these thoughts in the Gettysburg Address in 1863, and I love this, that from those honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause which gave the last full measure of devotion, that this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom. And that's still pertinent today. We shall have a new birth every moment of freedom. See, because all of us desire to make sense of this thing called life. Is that not true? We're trying to make sense of it each and every day, right? And why we're here. And all of us desire to make sense of the potential and honor their sacrifice and ensure that our nation's promise of freedom continues to grow from these tiny seeds, right? The tiny seeds that are there. And you discover that the answers are already within that tiny acorn, full of potential. But I would like you to think about the responsibility and the depth of gratitude for all that have given life for you. And can we become civil again? And can we have integrity again? And I'm not speaking of you, I'm speaking of humanity. Can we walk with empathy and compassion? I was watching people the other day when I was going in and out of stores doing errands, and I was so disturbed to see how many people walk with their heads down. And I wanted to shout, lift up your heads. Lift up your heads and look around. I found it very depressing. I almost wanted to start singing up and down the aisles in the store, God bless America, or God bless you, or something. Walk with your heads up. I don't even believe in praying. Let's pray. No, let us pray. Let us look up, right? And then I asked myself, so I really been on a thing, even little, it's too hot, it's too cold, it's muggy, it's this, it's too windy, it's this. And so I really like, okay, no complaining, because I look at what's going on out there and I look what I have around me and I'm so blessed. So what right then do I have to moan and groan and complain about such trivial things, right? When at this very moment, as I stand here before you, some wonderful, loving person is putting their life on the line for me, that I have the choice to stand here right now and be this for you. And that's awesome. That's awesome. And it gave me a new and a different perspective on what is and what is not important, and it's humbling. It's very humbling. I mean, my own father, who I actually did not know, was a parachuter in, I guess it would have to be World War II. And I know from a fall and blah, 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 brain tumor from parachuting, and the tumor actually ended up killing him. But it was someone doing their job that they signed up for to protect us. And truthfully, I never thought about that until this week. I thought, whoa, I wasn't even thinking about that. And I remember my stepdad, Puppy, he's a tin can sailor. And God, he loved being a tin can sailor. And he wore the hat with all the little medals on it, and he had his tin can sailor shirt. Those veterans out there are proud to be an American, right? It's humbling. It's humbling. So I guess the question then is, what is your purpose? What is your purpose? And I've spoken about this before 100 times. A life on purpose, right? Is a life led by love, clear thought, clear direction. That's all. You know, if there was a blackboard in the sky right now, what would you write on it? You know, you've got that big swirling white. What would you write on it right now? Think about that. What would you write in the blackboard of the sky right this minute? Anybody have a thinking they'd like to say? What would you write? Oh, don't be so afraid. David.
I've been thinking about this one for a while, so it's easy for me to come up with it. Spend more, waste less.
Spend more, waste less? That makes sense. Yeah, and actually I've been doing that. Instead of shopping every other week, I've been grocery shopping twice a week, and I've been buying small amounts of produce so that I don't keep throwing away things. So I've been buying better quality, but I just buy 2 apples and 2 oranges and a kiwi and an avocado and make that, and then if my refrigerator is empty again, go back to the store. So that's a very good thing. Anybody else? Diane?
Number of years ago, I actually rented a billboard on Highway 23, and I put on there, we are so busy acquiring things of the world that we've forgotten how to live. And then I had a dove, and out of the dove's beak came the words love, peace. I rented that billboard for 2 months. The owner of the billboard left it on for 3 months because he liked the message.
Yeah, and that's something we're going to be talking about soon too, is, you know, in our fall kickoff, which I'll talk to you about that, not today, but in our fall kickoff of where we're going with our marketing plans. And yeah, what would that say? Yeah, blackboard in the sky. Anybody else before I go on? Okay, alrighty. So Spirit can't give you your purpose. This is what you have to understand. Spirit can only open you up to allow the idea and the manifestation to come in, right? Spirit doesn't give you your purpose. It can't write your mission statement in the sky or your goals. Spirit gave you life, right? And said, honor me in all you do. Honor me in all you do. You have free will. You have volition. You have choice. You know, I was watching the finale of Fire Country last night, and this man who had been attacked in his home years and years and years and years ago, and then of course it was one of the firemen who now are big star, blah, 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 and he hated this fireman for his entire life, and his hate caused him a divorce because his wife could not stand the anger anymore, and then his son didn't talk to him anymore. And then finally, when this fireman was getting all these things in the paper of what a hero he was, which he happened to be, then this man came and wanted him arrested because he was the one that ruined his life. Now, did Bodie, that's the same Bodie, did Bodie ruin his life, or did the man ruin his life by his anger? And then there was a flood, and the dams were breaking all over the place, and the flood was coming in. And Bodie goes there with another fireman, and they're going to save him. And this guy, the water's up to here, and he's saying, "Get out of my house. I hate you. Get out of my house." And here's these two people trying to save him. And then they finally get to the roof, and then they finally swim over to a tree, and finally the firemen save him, right? And the last thing the man says to him, "I have to say, you two probably saved my life, but I hope I never see you again." And, you think like, oh my God, so who ruined the man's life? Who ruined the man's life? Yeah, right, of course. See, the blackboard is not in the sky. It's within that little acorn, that little tiny thing, that hidden potential that's all inside of you, hidden with goodness and greatness and potential. And I'm sorry to say, it's up to you. I don't care who did what to you. You don't give them the power to ruin your life. You take your power back. Yeah, something bad happened to that man. But man, did that bring out his anger issues. And that was not Bodie's life. If any of you watch that show, it's a great show. I love it. It's off for the season. So, but here's what we have at our disposal. We have erasers. We have erasers at our disposal. And anytime you choose, you can erase yesterday. Just erase it. Just erase it. Let it go, right? You can choose. Living on purpose allows you to experience joy, love, and laughter and peace if you make room for it in your life. Why choose a state of depression when you can live in a state of joy? I mean, what sense does that make, right? Exactly. Gratitude and happiness, major keys to all things. We know that, right? Do you want to know what the keys of life are? So it's so simple. So I read nonstop. Most of you know that, right? And it all boils down to this. Love the Creator. Love that which created you, whatever you choose to call that which created you. You can use your own verbiage there, right? Forgive all. Breathe deep. Drink lots of water. Laugh out loud. Give to others. Eat fruit and vegetables. And be grateful. It's pretty simple, right? My chiropractor, Jim Carrey, says to me, it's this simple. If you're thirsty, drink. If you're hungry, eat. And if you're tired, rest. Right? We make it all so complicated also, but you don't understand what I went through. Yeah, I do. I went through it too, but I erased it. That's what you do. And at some point in our life, we will create that new path, whenever it is, right? The one where you put one foot in front of the other foot, and you choose to deal with each thing in each moment. Deal with it and let it go. Whatever needs to be done in that space, right? Heroism doesn't always happen in this burst of glory. Sometimes small triumphs and large hearts can change the course of the world. Small triumphs, large hearts can change the course of our world. The Holy Spirit has created us to be able to find our own way. In this thing called life, Holmes says, many people ask, if God is love, if God is peace, why all the confusion, right? How many of you have thought that yourself, myself included? Don't you even think God could not have done another way? Couldn't he have done a better job? But what Holmes is telling us, he says, can't you see that even the divine will in an ordaining man's destiny was compelled to let man work out his own future? Otherwise, we'd be robots. You know, we'd be robots walking around. Did you know that now speaking of robots, did you know now that you can't take your robot on a plane with you? They had one on a plane, and it was walking up and down and doing all this stuff, and all of a sudden, what the airlines discovered was, what if some of the components in there can trigger something in the plane, so you cannot take your pet robot on the plane with you. I just wanted you guys to know that. Right. So as I was thinking about this, and I realized that I was working with this image of this miniature acorn, and then you know what that is? That's just the Christ consciousness within. That potential, that hidden potential. So there's this divine pattern at the center of our being, and it has to be the Christ consciousness. That's what that going to center, go to first cause, go to your heart space, right? And we have to conduct all that is ready within us for that divine presence to be spontaneous. To be spontaneous for the potential and allow all of our feelings to be like Holmes says, we have the self-choosing center of life. Self-choosing. So within here, there's this self-choosing center, right? And that is really what we are, a self-choosing center. We get to choose. Not your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your neighbor, your co-worker, your friends. We get to choose. And when we have the confidence and the courage and then the integrity within ourselves to have boundaries for ourselves, then life flows easy for us. And sometimes that means, you know the thing, people come in your life for a season, a reason, for a lifetime. And that's really has to be something accepted. I remember in high school when I was with this friend, the whole blah, 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 and I was supposed to be the maid of honor and blah, 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 and then her mother wouldn't let me be. And we were never friends again. And, I went through years of that situation. But that was in my life for a season. It was high school. And yeah, we were kids, and I would be the maid of honor and blah, 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 blah. And her mother said, no, your sister will be your maid of honor. So a season, a reason. When people need to go, let them go gracefully. Bless and let go. Because most of the great teachers preach the same message, right? From antiquity up to right here and right now, right? So there's what? One mind, one power, one God, one creative mind in all of the everything. The one mind is divine. It's an intelligent center, right? It's creative energy. So all that can be already exists in mind, and that is the secret. That's the secret of you. Everything's already in there. The secret is your imagination. Oh my God, look at that. I said to Leanne, can you make me a poster board so we could get everybody involved? And then that's imagination. That's imagination. I didn't say what to do, how to do it, what I wanted on it. Can you do that? And imagination takes over, and look what you get. It's beautiful, right? So if we ever truly understand how powerful we really are, our lives could be, I almost bought them. I have them home, a bowl of cherries. Life could be a bowl of cherries, really. If we could see ourselves under a microscope, we would see this wonderful field of energy, which is what we are. And energy is power. We are eternal energy. We come, we play, we go, we do it all again. But we're playing. Are we having fun? Are you guys having fun? You gotta have fun. Yeah, you're laughing, you're enjoying, you're having fun. Is your life worthy of you? Yes, of course it is. Are you all you want to be? Maybe yes, maybe no. If there's no's, then get out that universal eraser and erase what you don't want and create a new vision. It's that simple. You have the power. You are the power, right? So find something in your life that resonates with your heart and soul, right? For me, it's this ministry. I mean, it's that simple. It has to be a feel good. It's never a chore. It's never a burden. My most glorious day in the week is Sunday. I cannot wait to get here, right? A feel good, never a burden, never a chore, only pure joy. What brings you pure joy? What? So I want you to be happy now. I want you to laugh now. So inner happiness is the key to success, and success is living on purpose. From Ronald Reagan, words cannot repay the debt we owe these men and women. Let's get back to why we're celebrating today. With our actions, we must strive to keep the faith with them and with the vision that led them to the final sacrifice. Can we go back to civility? Can we go back to integrity? Can we go back to honesty, empathy, and compassion?